Lioness continues to bring the old-school military show legacy on TV as third episode just hit Paramount+. I'm not going to lie, I'm not exactly a fan of the show, but I have to admit that as the weeks pass by, things get better. However, still, I can't believe that Taylor Sheridan is neglecting Yellowstone for the sake of these types of series. It's not his best work, that's for sure. But it's not the worst thing ever either. Without more rumbling, let's see what happened in this episode and what to expect for the next. First of all, finally, there's some oil talk taking place in this series. I mean, let's be honest. Everything is about money and oil when it comes to the Middle East, so it is nice to see that we are getting a bit more political about what's really been going on rather than sticking to the action alone. When it comes to the action, Cruz had a relatively safe episode as she was in a manor with the terrorist's daughter and their friends, and we basically entered into the twisted world through Cruz, meaning that it was a bunch of info dumping rather than true events. The episode laid down the groundwork for what to expect next, so the real action will hit us in the next episode. Interestingly though, one of the most ridiculous plot holes took place in this episode, revealing that the entire show doesn't make a lot of sense. Do you remember the entire shenanigan back in episode 1 regarding the Lioness women's bodies? Remember that the previous Lioness before Cruz had a tattoo on her body, which caused her to be exposed and eventually killed. That's why it was mandatory for Joe to examine the entire body of Cruz and make sure that she doesn't have any marks on her body that can potentially compromise the entire operation. Well, in the next episode, the CIA, specifically Joe, has beaten the shit out of her and left her with lots of marks on her body. So naturally, when she went to the pool party with the terrorist's daughter Aaliyah, her marks became the center of attention almost immediately. I can't believe this supposed expert team couldn't foresee such an outcome. I mean, it doesn't take to be a genius to see how such marks can be a problem for someone like Cruz, who is in a very sensitive position. Seriously, why did they beat her up in the previous episode? What was the purpose of those scenes other than Sheridan's hopeless attempts to seem edgy? We watched a woman being beaten to death, assaulted, and humiliated by her own peers for no reason at all, and I'm still mad about that. Anyways, other than this, as I said, we met with Aaliyah's friends and fiancé this episode. I mean, I don't want to be rude, but this friendship group feels like they have been taken straight out of the Walmart version of Gossip Girl. There are mean girls, stupid rich guys who think they are entitled to everything, ridiculous lavishness, days spent in the pool for no concrete reason, and overall emptiness in life. I don't know about you guys, but I'm way over this caricaturous portrayal of supposed rich kid lives. It feels juvenile and very much unrealistic, especially in comparison to shows like Succession, which nailed the portrayal of the very rich. Besides, the character work on this entire friendship group was horrible. I mean, I can't name a single one of them outside of Aaliyah, let alone their personalities. Even regarding Aaliyah, all we know is that she is the rich daughter of a terrorist who has a bunch of stupid friends despite being watching her for 3 long episodes. Well, the poorly developed characters seem like the theme in this entire show, as we basically don't know anyone but Joe and Cruz. Even the character of Nicole Kidman, despite being present more in this last episode, is still a major mystery, but not in a cool way. I don't know if it's part of her character's personality, but I can't stand her expressionless face. It gives I'm bored of this show, and nothing more. Now you may ask, which part of the episode was an improvement in comparison to the previous ones? Well, I think the car chase scene with Tucker and the rest of the team was thrilling to watch and the best action we watched in the series so far. It is clear that things will get a lot more political in future episodes, as we will get into the divisions and corruption within the CIA as well. So my hopes are still reserved for future episodes despite everything. Did you guys like this episode? Do you think the show is worth watching so far? Let me know what you think in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video. Thank you for watching. See you soon.